Hi chaps, SimOP here from Beard, Biceps and Batchat. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about the Fatherland op and the IS-3A auto. I thought it was appropriate to do it over some IS-3 gameplay. It's a good match, so you can watch that too while listening to my voice. There's a couple of funny and special moments in it, so hopefully you find it enjoyable. So we have the Fatherland op that's coming out at the back end of the month, 23rd of February till the 1st of March. This is to celebrate Fatherland's holiday in Russia, I think it is. So the op itself is essentially earning 5 medals which are randomly dropped if you do 500 or more damage in a game in a Russian tank between tier 3 and 10. Now straight away there's a couple of things about that I'm sure you've picked up on. Firstly, you just need to do 500 damage. So could that entice people to sort of YOLO for the 500 damage than just die? So very, very aggressive early gameplay with no real benefit to the team and winning the match. Potentially, I'm sure we'll see it. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't do it. The second thing is how you actually go about getting the medals. It's a random chance whether you get the medals or not as a drop. So I'm not sure how likely they are to drop. But the other loot drops you get as well from playing the Soviet tanks is you get silver, tank EXP, crew EXP as well. It's probably worth pointing out it has to be direct damage, not assisted or track damage. The other bit is, of course, it's got to be Russian tanks. So if you don't have a lot of Russian tanks or you're not grinded through Russian lines, potentially it could be a little bit painful. But I know we've all just had a free premium from our good friends at WG, so if you don't have one, potentially just play and derp around in that a little bit. I'm sure you'll manage 500 damage in a tier 3 game, or I hope so at least anyway. Now the other thing to point out is the op doesn't run for that long. I think it's 7 days, so because we don't know the drop rate of the medals, it could be 1 in 100, 1 in 1,000. I doubt it'll be that high. Unless you have a fair amount of time to play, you really could miss out on the tank, which is a bit of a shame. So the tank itself is a tier 8 heavy premium tank. The A stands for autoloader. Essentially the main difference, historically anyway, on the blueprints is that there's only 3 crew in it. There's a slight change in the turret design to make up for the autoloader. But relatively speaking, it's fairly similar to the IS-3. Now there is a couple of key. So the first thing that stands out is the damage per minute. The IS-3 works out about 1,834 damage per minute. The IS-3A works out 2,085 damage per minute as well. It's got slightly less penetration on the normal rounds, only 4mm, so nothing too crazy. The damage is the same between the guns, 390 damage. But where the A comes in, I suppose the autoloader for the IS-3A, is its rate of fire is 5.35 rounds per minute. That's what's given us the extra DPM. It's not extra damage, it's not extra pen, it's literally just shooting faster. So the base reload time on this thing is 11.22, so it's almost 1.5 seconds quicker reload than the IS-3. Now the other really unusual thing about the IS-3A is the shell velocity is 1400 meters a second. To give you an example, that's sort of the same speed a tier 10 medium shoots its gun. The IS-3 in comparison only shoots 1,000 meters per second, so it's a big difference, almost 50% difference. What that means is it's losing less penetration over distance, but also that you need to use less lead time when aiming. The aim time is relatively same on both tanks, 3.26, but the other big difference is the accuracy. On the IS-3A it's 0.44 or 0.48. On the IS-3 it's 0.38, so it's a lot less accurate than the IS-3. again, potentially that's not a huge problem because the IS-3 is a brawler tank. It's made to get in people's faces, use the pipe nose, use the turret armor, so you're almost always shooting within 100 meters anyway. So I don't see it being a massive problem. One of the other main things that really sort of stuck out for me is the mobility. The IS-3A has 700 horsepower. It's got a really good power to weight ratio, whereas the IS-3A has 520 horsepower. So although it's as fast or a little bit faster than the IS-3, it's going to take a lot longer to get going, potentially needing to go downhill. So that's something to be aware of. It's going to be more difficult to get in people's faces. In terms of armor, it's all pretty much the same. There's nothing too crazy about it. But the 3A does get 50 more health, so it's not too bad overall. I imagine it's going to be, a very good tank, a really good premium. There's not too many downsides. Lack of mobility, the accuracy is not great, but it's not a sniping tank, so it's going to play pretty much like the IS-3, which is my favourite tank, and in my opinion probably one of the most versatile tanks. Now I say gripe, it's not really a gripe over a possible free tank, is because it's fairly luck based to get the tank. There is the other option of buying the tank. I'm sure some of you have seen the screen in store where it runs through the bundles. Let me just give you a little bit of idea of what's available. So you can get the Fatherland Mega for 26,000 gold, you get the Fatherland Motherland, 100% cruise, 30 days of premium, 35 boost ops. The Ultimate is 17,400 gold, that's just the Fatherland, a couple of days of premium. You have the Fatherland Loaded, which is 16,600 gold, again no premium, couple of boost ops, 100% crew. And the base bundle, which is the sort of best comparison to look at the tank, is 15,800 gold. That is absolutely insane amount of gold to pay for a tier 8 tank. Now the paint job on it is very pretty, but to me that's just a crazy amount to pay for a tier 8. Other tier 8s don't cost anywhere near as much as that, and I find it sort of hard to justify that. But I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on it and what you think, how the op will turn out, how people play. Will they YOLO? Do you think you get the tank? And if you don't through in-game play, will you buy it? I hope you enjoyed this, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Catch you later.